All right. I'm gonna go ahead and start. I don't see anybody. Um, I don't see anybody in here. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I only have like an hour to do this. So I had a vision um, in the nighttime hours. I saw, it wasn't a dream, it was a vision. Okay, and I saw it about 3 times. It was a young boy. Well, a young man. He looked like he could have possibly been maybe in his 20s, maybe possibly early to mid 20s, even maybe late teens, possibly. Okay, he had on. I remember like I put it in my community tab. He had on blue jeans. He had on. Uh, Let me see. He had on because I put it in my community tab. He had on right a light colored denim jacket. He had on blue jeans. Blue jeans were regular, dark, not super dark, but regular dark colored blue jeans. He had on like a t-shirt, a white t-shirt on under his jacket, and he had white powder on his face, which led me to think that okay, this looked like some uh, people say voodoo, but voodoo, okay, something or other here. He was standing in the middle of a residential street, but it looked like when I was looking at him, I kept getting the feeling that he was like maybe in, not Cleveland, okay? It reminded me like maybe New York, not Manhattan, maybe someplace like maybe Brooklyn or here, not the Bronx, possibly Queens, something like that. Okay. And I saw him 3 times, 3 separate times. Okay, vision. I had that same exact vision 3 separate times. I was expecting some kind of movement from him, for him to say something, do something, blah blah. He didn't. He just stood there. Okay. Um, he never looked at me. He just stood there looking. And I said, this some voodoo shit. Okay. He had some, like I said, he had white powder all over his face. Okay. I couldn't tell at the time. At the time, I said, I don't know if this guy is a practitioner, okay, that's doing some work for some people, or if he's being used. Okay. When I used to teach, what was it? I did used to teach, I'm thinking of this, African American religious studies, but that's not the one I'm talking about. I used to teach comparative world religion, okay? Introduction to religion, comparative world religion. It was called comparative world religion at one college. At the other one, it was just called comparative religion and the African American religious experience. So at one of the college, I was teaching comparative religion, and I had my students um, pick out. I would pick out religions that I knew we were not going to go over in class. So at the first day of class or the second day, whatever, they would pick one and they would have to do like a small, very small introduction. I mean, a very small presentation, okay, about that particular religion at the beginning of class. So I had Vodun up there. I called it, it's not voodoo. That's the Hollywood shit name of it, okay. But you do see it spelled Vudon, sometimes Vudon, or you might see it spelled um, Vudon or Vodun, okay. This middle-aged white woman picked it at one of the colleges. And when I tell you, she did such an excellent job. Excellent fucking job. She doing the presentation. She took up the whole class to do the presentation. They didn't. I could have stopped her, but I didn't. It was only supposed to be like maybe, maybe like 10 minutes at the beginning of class. Okay. This is when I taught at Cuyahoga Community College Metro Campus. This was an evening class. I'm trying to remember. I even think I gave her 2 classes to teach. I mean, to go over that presentation because she really got into it. It was so detailed. It was so good. She was very interested in it. Well, you know, and wanting to learn about it. It was nothing that she practiced. She just wanted to, and it was excellent. So that's why when silly ass motherfuckers came to me talking about I want to practice voodoo, like I'm like, bitch, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You just want power and you want to be able to do things to people. You know, hurt people to and have some kind of control and power over people and turn them into zombies and shit, which that shit is real. You don't want it, you don't respect it. You don't respect the faith of it. You just want, you just looking at the bad, the negative aspect of it, and how people have used it negatively that you see in Hollywood and shit. And maybe you have read up on some shit about it and see that, oh, I can use this to do something to this person or that person who you're really jealous of. Okay. And when the lady did the presentation, she was just saying she shared, she even brought a book in that she had you know, got some information out of and passed it around and shared it with us and was just saying, you know, how very powerful it was. These are the people who are indigenous to, whether that faith is indigenous to their culture. So I don't, you know, these people, I want to, the girl wanted to bleed, and kept telling me, I want to practice voodoo. No, you don't. You want to use it to hurt people. You don't have any respect for what it truly is. And therefore, it any respect for you, because I know you're going to get, I ain't telling this, but I know you're going to get involved in it and do shit to hurt people because that's what you want, because you admit that you're jealous of people and you want to take people down, whatever. Anyway, moving the fuck on. So who knows what kind of you know, the spirits and whatnot, I would think, of various religions don't appreciate that shit, you know, especially when this has been used to help people, but to use it to hurt people simply because you're jealous of them and you're envious because you won't get up off your ass and make a real life for yourself. And like the spirits and whatnot don't know that and recognize that, so you completely disrespect it, so it will have no respect for you. So after you get done utilizing it half-assed, you're not going to read nothing about the faith itself, when it started, why it started, so on and so forth. You're just going to get to the, as much as you can, to the, what you call it, the rituals and whatnot. You might learn enough to spew it at somebody, to pretend like you know it and pretend like you respect it. But bitch, you don't. Try to hurt me, kill me, and God knows whoever else he was running after to destroy. But anyway, let's get to this reading here, okay? I gotta keep my eyes on the time. We have like an hour here. So, okay, what I got, I made a post about it because I didn't want to forget. And what I got was, I'm going to read the post that I made. I see a young man of color, he was black, standing in the middle of a residential busy street. He has on a light-colored denim jacket and blue jeans and has white powder on his face. I'm hearing, quote-unquote, I want their soul. So I don't know if someone came, if he was a practitioner that was supposed to be going after somebody's soul for somebody or what. This young man is being used, this is what I heard as I was typing this. This young man is being used to catch someone's soul and mind. Okay? So I don't know if he was a practitioner. At first I thought that, but then I wasn't too sure if a practitioner was using him. I don't know. Okay. I was also hearing to fish for souls, as many as he can. But what's going to happen was he's going to capture the heart of the man that seeks to dominate that of another. So whoever was one, I want their soul, that's the one whose soul and heart this person here is going to get. Okay. Not the other persons that they were going after. Okay, so let me just see. I'll just do a quick reading on it. See, this is not, okay, my thing here. But I have the vision. Okay, see, I don't go messing around and shit that, you know, for power. I want power. And to look better than other people and all that kind of crazy ass shit. I have more powerful than them. Power. Anyway, let's just see what we get from the reading. What was that vision? What do we need to know? Do we need to know anything at all? concerning that, or is what I have, what was given to me last night, enough? Okay, that could possibly have been for me, could possibly have been for others. Okay. All right. I always get hot here. And bitch, if that's what you said about the ageism, wait, bitch. Dumbass. He's hot. You goddamn right. Especially when I do this work. Means I'm on point. You freak. But you wouldn't know that. Okay, let's get to it here. King of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Death. King of Swords. Woo. I do feel like somebody is trying to take somebody down here. I feel like somebody wants somebody's, I feel like their throne, okay? Or like they want to take their place. Or they are, well, or they are, wait a minute. They are going to take someone's place. Steal it, rob it, okay? This is what, I feel like this King of Wands wants to do this here to this King of Swords. Okay. They want to manipulate and steal. Or possibly, wait a minute. This King of Wands, it may not be this King of Swords. I feel like I read that wrong. I feel like this King of Wands wants to, they want, it's something about this Queen of Pentacles. Maybe this person here has a seat. You understand what I'm saying? Some kind of position, I feel like, of authority somewhere. Okay, or now that could be so small, shit. That could be like just a small organization or a community. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything major, okay, worldwide and all of that type of stuff, or king of a country or whatever. But this person does have some kind of seat of authority. But the problem is, I feel like the person may have the charm. Maybe they kind of rule with the iron fist. Okay, people look up to them, they like them. This person comes off as powerful. I heard witty, but I feel like witty. Okay, that people look at this person as though they're witty, but they want something that someone else has, and I feel like it's this Queen of Pentacles. They want their money, they want their wherewithal. Maybe this Queen, even though this person is King of Wands, has some kind of seat of authority where people do look up to them and whatnot. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles here is more so looked at like it's not just the money that this person has. It's not money so much as this Queen of Pentacles could even have like some worldwide acclaim. Okay, it's like I'm hearing like people know them. Like I hear this King of Wands saying that. Okay, like this Queen of Pentacles upright is known. Okay, I got a lot of movement. I got a lot of activity. I've had a lot of activity in my space here for the last couple of weeks. Okay, so if you see me look off or whatever, there's a lot of activity going on. Okay, but okay, moving on. You can burn some sage. Who says I don't? Shit. Okay, but I'm just saying, you see me look off. Okay, this person once again. But the sad thing is, this King of Wands, I feel like this person has some kind of attitude problem, okay, against or toward this Queen of Pentacles. They have their back turned to them. It's like they don't want to look at them with any kind of respect or any kind of favor. Like they don't want to go to them and ask maybe for even some insight or some understanding. Okay, you introduce me to, you know, who it is that you know. Okay, it's like this Queen of Pentacles is more world renowned in whatever way. They might just be a more worldly person. They might know more people, okay, than this King of Pentacles. But I mean King of Wands. But this King of Wands, I feel like, does not like that. They don't care for that. How you know? It's some, I do feel like it may be some misogyny here, okay? Male chauvinism, okay? They think that they're better than this Queen of Pentacles because they're a man. Okay, folly I'm hearing. Okay, it's kind of sad. I mean, that's why I always say things like the world is in a loop. That shit is so old and outdated and fucking dead. People still act like that. People could still have that in their mind, but in the world, in the air, it's dead. Okay, it's dead. It will not be released anymore. The shit is dead. It's buried. It's done. But there's still people who live in certain mindsets that is over with. It's like that ascension thing when I was talking about when my dad would tell me people with the mind here, it's mental. It's not so much a physical thing, it's mental, and people are still stuck in old paradigms. And like the pride and the ego, they can't make the shift. I'm hearing the shift has already been made, and they can't make the shift. I feel like this, kind of feel like what I'm saying is what's here in the cards. There's a refusal. This person, this King of Wands, is not very bright. I don't even feel like they do well, like when it comes to their intellect. Okay, is not strong. They're not business oriented. They're not mind. I feel like mind oriented. Again, intellectual. Okay, I feel like they want to be, but brandish. I'm hearing. I feel like this person is just too stuck in old ways of thinking. And usually sometimes I feel like when people are stuck, like it's out of fear. Okay, it's not because, it's just simply out of fear. You can easily get unstuck. Listen so that you can grow. But, if they can't, it depends on who gets the message. If they can't listen to that person, maybe because that person may be a woman or something like that. If this is a man, then they feel like they're supposed to be smarter than women. You know what I'm saying? It's like your genitalia and all of that type of thing. Well, there's more to it than that, okay? But this person doesn't even know that. But then it's like this person can forever be stuck, just like in the muck and mire. They're not going to grow. They're not going to change. They're not going to come out of, that paradigm. But again, there has been a shift. The world has shifted and changed. So they will forever be in the same place. I'm hearing odd, okay? Where they're at, that may have worked before the shift had taken place is it was good then. Now it's odd. As the world moves on, people will look back like that's odd. That doesn't work anymore. It worked then. It doesn't work any longer. All right, let's keep going on here. Okay, here we have the Eight of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Temperance, Four of Wands. And the sad thing is, I feel like this Queen of Pentacles, whatever it is, they have, I feel like mentally, intellectually so, whatever this person, this King of Wands, they need. Okay? Mentally here, intellectually so. Okay? I feel like that helps this Queen of Pentacles in their interactions with others. Okay, it's like I said, there's some kind of world renown, world acclaim. Okay, or they, know people that possibly that sit in high places and whatnot. Network this, they could really get this person, this King of Wands, to great places. But this person here, this King of Wands, does not want to grow. They don't want to transform. They don't want to change. Transfix. I'm here. They're so stuck. Okay, and where they are, and again, like I said, with this second set I pulled out, it's not working. Where they were, that mindset, again, it might have worked. It might have worked, say, for example, in maybe their parents' era. You understand what I'm saying? If that's it, but I do think this has something to do with it, okay? That I heard misogynoir, okay? I think that's how you say the word. But that worked in maybe in their parents' era. Or grandparents' era, possibly even, okay? But not in this one. Okay, that paradigm is old and washed away. See, when you thinking like, well, a person could be thinking like the people around them feel and think the same way. It's like, so what? The rest of the world does not. The higher, the greater. Rulers, principalities, so on and so forth that sit in high places. The shift, okay, the astrological shifts and whatnot. You have to believe in it if you don't want to. It doesn't make a difference if you believe in it. It is the truth, okay, those astrological shifts. Okay, the world has changed, shifted. Okay, it has moved to another, I'm not going to say it higher or whatever, it has moved to another realm, another paradigm, another shift. So the bullshit, as above, so below, yes, the stars and all of that and the planets absolutely affect the universe, as above, so below. Human beings are not separate from it. We are all made up of it. Duh. We are many, micro to the macro. I'm here, but you won't listen. Whoever this is for, you won't listen. You won't understand. You won't grow. Whoever this is, this King of Wands, I feel like is going to stay stuck. Just like that, and I'm seeing it, just like that boy that I saw on the street with that white powder on his face. Okay, he, like I said at the beginning of this, he didn't look at me. He didn't move. He didn't do shit. He was just standing there. I keep hearing like transfixed. I have to look that up and see what that means. But stuck, wasn't moving. That's this person. There's no movement here for them. And there will not be any movement for them. They don't understand. They keep looking, possibly trying to do the same thing over and over again, okay? Leading themselves into a world of insanity. And what they're trying to do is not working. You know how they say doing the same shit over and over again, expecting a different result. There's no result here. Okay, nothing. It's the same thing. And this person will not move away. Okay, they won't grow here. And they're looking again and keep looking for blessings to come in. They're even looking for, they may be praying, they may be calling on, the angelic realm, they might even be calling on their ancestors, this, that, and the other. Everyone and everything is subject to the movement. Why? Because we are all part of the movement. The beings are not separate from the movement. They are in the movement. They're moving. We're moving. We're moving. I hope that makes sense. And while this person does not understand that, while they're fighting the movement, like, well, I want to say a fish trying to swim upstream, but there are fish that actually swim upstream. Okay. But anyway, they're expecting them to, they're expecting almost like the universal law of the universe to go against itself for them. Do what you did before. It's not going to happen. And this person here is missing the boat. What they're looking for is not coming in, and it won't come in. There will be no celebration here. There will be no home. It's like this person might very well feel this way now, like lost. Okay, look here, fucked up. 8 of Swords. The Moon. Okay. The Hermit. Whoever you are, you're making it, if you're watching, okay, whoever this person is, you're making it much harder on yourself than you need to. But that's on you. It's not a secret. It's not a mystery. You think it is. You keep beating yourself up. I don't get it. I don't get it. How come it's not working? How come when I do this, it's not working? This, that, and the other. Like you may have gone to, maybe that boy was some kind of practitioner or was being used by a practitioner, that this King of Wands is trying to get somebody's soul and their heart and their mind and blah. I mean, come on now. Wait, I mean, that's so dumb. Simply because you're too prideful. This person here, this King of Wands, is simply too prideful to talk to someone who, again, this Queen of Pentacles, who, it could be something so simple, knows people that they don't know. But that all they need is just that boost. They would have this Queen of Pentacles, sure, I can introduce you to such and such. And they open that door for them, and it's just something that takes 5 minutes. This person is so full of pride and so full of ego that instead of doing all that, they go to do some voodoo shit, a practitioner or whatnot, to try to take this Queen of Pentacles soul and mind, so that they can have what the fuck it is that they want, because to them, it's like kowtowing and bending down on their knees. When that's a you problem. For you to whoever this King wants for them to even feel and think like that. That's not anybody else's problem. This person will not go within. They will not figure out what the fuck is wrong with their fucking ass. Something that could take like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and the world be their fucking oyster. No, they have to. There's who knows how much money they. Because the guy in the street, there was no movement. So even I feel like with the going to the practitioner, this King of Wands, to try to take the heart and soul here of this Queen of Pentacles, it was not working. We see here we got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. It's not working. There was no movement. The boy was just standing there. Nothing was happening. Nothing. It was just nothing. It was just nothingness. So this person is spending all kind of money, wasting all kind of life, wasting all kind of time, trying to get the heart and soul of this Queen of Pentacles here. Because they have something that would help the King of Wands, this King of Wands, go even higher. But they have too much pride and ego to talk to the Queen, probably because they're a woman, or who knows what the fuck it is. Something so simple and so minor. This person thinks it's a secret. What does the Queen of Pentacles, this is how they're thinking. What does this Queen of Pentacles have that I don't? What's the secret to their this, that, and the other? Why can't I get in? Why can't I blah, 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 and take what's theirs? And they feel like, what belongs to me? Either they feel like what this Queen of Pentacles has naturally belongs to them, or they are trying to get what they could have. Okay, what could belong to them simply if they talk to this Queen of Pentacles. Apparently they feel like whatever they want, okay, whatever it is that they need, they apparently feel like this Queen of Pentacles has it, okay, or could help them get to it. And it's like, but they're so dumb. They won't look within. They can't go within. Too much pride here. And they think the door will never be open to this motherfucker. Okay? look at this shit. They's like, I know why the cage bird sings. This is this motherfucker blind, and they think it's a mystery. It's not a mystery. And who knows how much they paid that practitioner, and God knows who else got it. Okay, trying to get into something here. I'm here to attack. Let me see before I get to that. Knight of Swords. The Emperor. Page of Wands. I can't stand these cards here. Well, for one, I definitely can see they're not going to get what it is that they're looking for. What could help them? They're if this Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this King of Wands possibly is trying to reach this Emperor in reverse. But I feel like the only reason it's in reverse is because the King of Wands can't get to it. This Queen of Pentacles might be the one, at least in this person's eyes, and I don't even know if the Queen of Pentacles knows it, who has some kind of, who could bridge that gap between the King of Wands and this Emperor, that would assist this King of Wands to get to where it is they're trying to get to. But they won't listen, I'm hearing. They won't, whatever this is, just dumb. Whatever it is, they won't let it go. Okay? They want to try to, again, they want to steal the heart and soul of the Queen of Pentacles so that they can get to this Emperor. They can't get to this Emperor. Everything for this person is in fucking reverse. They can't get to them. They will not be, this shit is going to come to an end, motherfucker. Whoever you are. And the sad thing is, if you ever do reach this Emperor, whatever you want here with this Knight of Wands in reverse and with this Page of Wands in reverse and this Knight of Swords in reverse, however I feel like this person could help you and assist you, okay, to some growth here, or whatever it is you feel like, worldwide, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're not, I feel like this Emperor will not have ears for you. Not because what you have to offer, okay, or possibly have to offer, is not any good. Not because of that, but because you're just dirty and low down, and you're snaky and slimy. But not only that, you allow pride and ego to stop you from growth. If you're allowing it to something that could take like 5 minutes, possibly here, from a person who probably ain't really thinking about you one way, you have the issue with this Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I think because they're a woman and they have something that you don't have. That if you just had that little bit, again, even if it's her simply introducing you to this Emperor, the Emperor is in reverse to you, not to the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, but I just feel like you allow pride, and you have allowed your pride and ego with something so small. Despise not the days of small things, right? Well, they say if you can take care of small things, God can entrust you to the many things. You can't even deal with one thing that will probably take you like 5 minutes to do. It's so small to get you to the larger place. If you were to get to the larger place, how many fucking times were you going to allow pride and ego to stop you from growth? You're not ready. It's not just the situation here. Confirmation here. The situation here is not just about this specific thing with this Queen of Pentacles. No, it speaks to your character. And I'm hearing your character flaw. You're going to allow this type of thing to hold you back continuously over and over and over again. You will never reach the heights of this Emperor, which you possibly could if you were to look at yourself, okay, and allow yourself to let things go and quit. It'd be so funny sometimes in life, where we try things and it doesn't work. And we keep trying and, doing the same shit over and over again. Finally, one day it's like, stop, bitch. The shit isn't working. Wake the fuck up. Do something different. Okay. And you do something different, and then you have the success. But how many years? So not only would you allow pride and ego to stop you from something so small now, if you were to get to that place, pride and ego would always be a hindrance for you. You would never grow. Now, and then you're trying to get practitioners to destroy Queen of Pentacles who you have an issue with because they have something to assist you. So you're trying to get their soul, their mind, and a whole bunch of bullshit that you're not going to get. That's karmic debt that you have to pay. You're never going to get to this place, in this space that you're trying to get to. You don't expect that there's going to be a judge, any kind of judgment. You don't realize that you're making a complete and utter fool of yourself here. Okay. I'm here. It's time for you to stop, to lessen up, okay? To let this thing go, okay? This person, okay, whoever that boy was, why are you using them? Okay, to get something you're not going to get. And I kind of feel, and I felt it then, whoever that boy was, if he's a practitioner being used by the practitioner, but I feel something about that boy. He knows exactly what the deal be being. If you've lied to him, if he's a practitioner, you lied to the practitioner, they know exactly what's going on. They know exactly what's going on, okay? Enlightened, I'm hearing, okay? First of all, they're not going to allow you. I'm hearing like to steal something from them. You're trying to steal their time or whatever it is, okay? You just have gone down a road of deceit. You could never be sitting at Emperor's seat. You could never be in that place, okay? You don't know what the fuck you're doing. It's kind of sad, all right? But anyway, that's all I've gotten from that reading. I'm asking, like, what could you do? Live. You're not living. We saw the death card, okay? It was in reverse, but that's because you're not changing. You're not growing. That's a part of living. It ain't about going out to parties and going to all the festivals and buying a bunch of bullshit clothes. And all. I mean, that stuff is fun. That is a part of life and living. But you're stuck. I'm hearing granddad. I don't know why. You're stuck. Okay, and you won't allow yourself to grow. Okay, manipulate. I'm hearing. Okay, we already saw that come out. Okay, I'm asking anything else. I'm hearing no. That's it. All right. You all have favor. Peace.